This is the one and only makeup tutorial I will ever do in my entire life because I do the same thing just with different colors. I start off by using a concealer from Laura Mercier to just even out the skin tone of my eyelids and mimic the foundation look. And then I set it with powder. The powder really helps for your eyeshadow on top to blend really well. And then I use my favorite Muse ColourPop cream eyeshadow, which I just apply with my finger as I find it's easier. And then I go in and clean up the edges, and then I also re-smooth the edge line so it's not super harsh. I love using my Laura Mercier blush as a crease shadow, which blends in super nicely and is a little less pigmented than a traditional eyeshadow. I always apply a powder eyeshadow all the way up to my brow to make the entire look very cohesive. And then here I'm going in with two different shades, mixing them on my hand to get that dimension and depth within the corner of my eye. I always mix the darker colors on my hands before applying it to my face to make sure that I don't get as much fallout or have too much of the pigmentation. And I go in again with the blush color, but then mixing it with the darker shade so that I can blend out the dark shade into the crease even better, and then go in again with the darker shades in the corner. So it's always layering on top multiple times. I then go in with my liner, and the trick here is to pretend like your eyebrow will extend all the way in the same line, and then you bring your eyeliner to meet at the same tip. And that's usually how I decide where to draw my eyeliner. Pro tip for the flick at the end, just let the brush naturally lift off of your eyelid instead of trying to draw the perfect line. Then I go in with my Laura Mercier concealer and just use my finger to smooth it out. And my favorite foundation is Armani Luminous Silk. I apply it with a brush all over my face without being too careful because I'm going to be smoothing it out then with a wetted sponge. Then I go in with my Shu Uemura eyelash curler, which is the best in the industry, and I will curl the entire lash to start and then just do it at the base. The biggest mistake I see is people only crimp it in one spot. Then I go in with my Japanese mascara and just wiggle it from the base to the top. And then here's my teeny tiny little eyebrow pencil, doing a little bit of a flick with the hand to create hair-like gestures. I also have microbladed brows, and it's really helpful to already have that guideline. And then I brush out the lines to make sure they're not super harsh, and then I go in with my half lashes, which makes it look a little bit more natural for, again, a day look. Adding this glue by Dupe, it's a Korean brand, I believe, and then applying it with my tweezers and the outer edge. Pro tip here is to let the glue dry a little bit before you apply the lashes. And I do use the fan to just dry everything out and make sure it sets well. Then I pop on a little bit of gloss, and that's the final look. Hopefully this was helpful for you guys, and I'm never doing this again. Good luck!